In this video, we're going to see how to write Python program to get the Nifty Bank prices for the interval of 5 minutes on the given date. Okay. So first line of code is import yfinance as YF. So this line imports the yfinance library, which is a tool that allows us to fetch financial data from Yahoo Finance. So we give it an alias as YF for convenience. So whenever we refer to YF, we're actually using functionality from the yfinance. So imagine if you are building a car and you need a specific tool to check the engine. In this case, Yfinance is a tool that help us to get the stock price data, and importing it is like bringing that tool into our workspace. Okay. So next we will import Pandas as PD. Pandas library is a powerful tool used for data manipulation and analysis in the Python. We give it an alias as PD. Okay, next from date time import date time comma time delta. This line imports specific classes date time and time delta from the date time module. These classes helps us work with dates and times in the Python. If you don't have installed yfinance and pandas, you have to install using this line pip install yfinance ap install pandas. So I have installed these libraries already. So before you run this program, make sure you have installed these modules. Next, we have this. We are defining a function get nifty underscore bank open price. So functions are like recipes that perform a specific task. This function will fetch us the prices of nifty bank stocks for the given date. So we are using the try and except to handle the errors. Okay. A try is like indicating that we are going to try a block of code that might cause errors. If an error occurs within this block, we can catch it and handle it gracefully by using the except block. Okay. Next, we are taking the interval is equal to 5 minutes and duration is equal to 1 day. This line defines two variables, interval and duration, to specify the time interval and duration for fetching the data. Here we are fetching data for every 5 minutes and for the duration 1 day. Next we have input date is equal to date time dot strp time input date in the format. So this line converts the input date provided by the user in the format YYMMDD. Okay. So this line conversion allows us to perform operations and comparisons with the date more easily. Next line of code we have nifty underscore bank underscore data is equal to yf dot download NSC bank start is equal to input date, which is the input date provided by the user, comma end is equal to input date plus time delta days is equal to 1, and comma interval is equal to interval. So this line of code historical downloads the historical data for the Nifty Bank index using yfinance library. We specify the start and end dates with the time interval of 5 minutes and the index symbol NSC bank. Next, we have if Nifty Bank data is not none and not infinity bank dot empty. This line checks if the fetched data is not empty and is not none. If the condition is met, it means we have successfully fetched the data and it is not empty. So basically, it is like checking if a parcel you ordered has arrived and is not empty. If the parcel is not empty and has arrived, you proceed to open it and use its contents. So this is how that is how this line works. Next, we have open underscore prices is equal to nifty underscore bank dot data, which is the variable defined here, and dot resample 5t first open. This line resamples the data to get the first and last prices for every 5 minutes interval. We extract the open prices at the start of each interval and close prices at the start of each interval. So next, we are after fetching the open prices and closing prices, we are assigning to another variable open underscore prices underscore rounded to round the values to one decimal point using the dot round of one. Next, we are creating a data frame. Here we are assigning a df data frame to the df variable. Df is equal to pd. Here pd we are referring it to the pandas module, pandas library. So pd dot data frame. So we are getting the open prices dot index date is equal to, we are converting the date time to the date index using open prices dot index dot date, and time open prices dot index dot using the str of time, and the format we need is HHMM, so percentage H colon percentage M. So these are the open and close prices. So open prices underscore rounded, here we have this is the close underscore prices rounded dot values. So we're creating one data frame and assigning it to the variable df. Okay. So here open underscore prices dot index is the output that we get from the by finance library. So here you can see the open prices is equal to nifty. Next, we are returning the df. So finally, this entire block of code, after checking if the Nifty bank underscore data is not none or not empty, we return the data frame df. Okay, whenever user calls this function get underscore Nifty underscore bank open prices, um, it will return the data frame df. So if something goes wrong in this code, it will go for the exception. It prints the error message. Okay, otherwise if it is not if this code is not empty, if it is empty, then fail to fetch simply blank or empty data return. So once this check is not passed, then it will go for the else condition and return fail to fetch the nifty bank price and return none. Okay. Now here we are assigning one variable input underscore date to provide input date from the user, input of. So this is the text that displays to the user to input the date in YYMMDD format. Next, PD dot set option. This can be ignored here because if you want to print the data in here, we can use this option. So to display all the rows. So I'm commenting this section, not quite. Next, nifty underscore bank underscore data is equal to, we are assigning the function to the nifty underscore bank data variable. If nifty bank underscore data is not none, then we are creating the one variable called output underscore file. We are assigning the, we are giving the file name string. So next, nifty bank underscore data dot to csv. So we get the output from the method and assign it to the variable nifty underscore bank underscore data, and we are here actually exporting this output to the CSV using dot to underscore CSV output file comma index is equal to false. Here output file is the file name that we are taking here, and then finally we are printing the message saying that data frame exported to output file. So data frame exported to output. Let me run this query. Sorry, let me run this code. So once you run this code, it will ask for the input date 2024, let's say 0301. Once you enter the data, you will get the output like data frame exported to the output file name, that is output file name to CSV. Let me see in the download. So you see here we have one file which is created just now. Let me open this one. So we have this data. So basically, whenever we use dot index, it gives the date time. We are converting that one to date and time so that we can perform our analysis, and then we get the open and close prices. So whenever you run this code, make sure you are closing that Excel file, because if we run this code again here, it will give an error. Let me input the same date 2024 0301. So giving an error saying that permission denied because you are using that file. So make sure to close the file before running the code. Okay. Yeah, that's it. If you like this video, please hit the like button, do subscribe. I will provide this code in the description of this video. Thank you.